Welcome to Third Phase UFO Report. I'm Rich Giordano, and this is tonight's report. We've got aliens and incredible UFO sightings. What more could you ask for? Yes, real aliens. And it comes from a movie that was made a little bit ago with Jaime Maussan. Let's get started.
We live on a planet that is full of human selfishness. So selfish that we think we're alone in this universe. Does it make sense? A subculture narrative to our history states that we are not alone.
Absolutely frightened. This time, a collaborator, Gustavo Aleman, in Mérida, showed me this image in his cell phone. And I said, "Where did you get this?" And he said, "I got it from a friend." Who were the boys who did this incredible video. This happened around 2 o'clock in the morning. We don't know what it was, but this was amazing, and it happened to me, and he took my arm, and then he got afraid. He said that he didn't go to the place in more than 2 or 3 weeks because he was so afraid. There is no one proving that this is a hoax.
Welcome back to Third Phase Moon. Blake Cousins here. Welcome everybody from around the world. Our special guest today is Jaime Maussan, investigative journalist, in regards to videos that have been captured of mysterious creatures known as humanoids. That's a new subject of the documentary Beyond the Spectrum Humanoids. The link is below, but right now I want to get this question to Jaime. How is it that these extraterrestrial creatures have not been captured by some kind of snare or pig trap?
Some friend called me back in 2007. I believe it was May 2007 or the beginning of June. And he told me that some friend of him had captured an extraterrestrial. And I didn't believe it, you know. He showed me the picture and I didn't know what to think. Was this real or not? Then these people came to see me and they brought the creature to my office exactly a month later that was captured and killed. When I saw the creature, I thought that it was worth it to do an investigation. The creature was still trapped. It was killed that way and was still with the trap in the hand. And I sent a reporter to investigate the case. He made many interviews. We found many witnesses who saw this creature alive, especially the owner of the ranch, the people who found the creature. All of them told me that the creature was alive for at least 20 to 36 hours after it was captured. They decided to kill it because the creature was almost escaping from the trap, and they were very afraid because it made many noises and it was very active, and they thought that was dangerous. And unfortunately, very unfortunately, they killed this creature in the worst possible way.
So let me ask you, why hasn't any hair sample or skin sample been recovered from these humanoids to do any kind of DNA testing?
I sent the DNA to 5 different labs and none of them got results because they said that the DNA was degraded because it was put in this acid, then they couldn't get. Then I brought some scientists to make analysis of the skin and other details to see if this creature was real. We found that the skin of the being was real, because some people were already saying that this was a monkey that has been skinned. The skin has been taken off the monkey, and some people had doubts. This was a TT monkey or so. Then we analyzed the skin, and the specialist at the beginning said, no, it's a fake. And then he came a week later and he said, no, it's not a fake. This is real. I found the cells that prove that this is the real skin. This is not a monkey. This is very unusual. I don't know what it is.
Okay, so we're gonna see aliens, whether you want to believe it or not. This guy definitely had an alien reach out to him. This video was analyzed for a long time, and nobody can figure out how this long alien arm reached out around that telephone pole. And then you see a picture here. This guy was pointing through the fence, not at the alien, but that alien was standing in the distance just like that one. There, an alien reached out and touched the guy. So here you see more aliens. It looks like they're just milling around. They're UFOs in the background. These pictures are going to go down in history as who the heck knows. Jaime says there's no way they're dummies. They're too expensive to make. And then he talks about an alien that got captured and was analyzed and shown to be a possible monkey. A certain type of monkey in that area, but they did all these x-rays. Apparently this guy boiled it in some horrendous way, maybe with muriatic acid or whatnot. It got caught in a bear trap, like a mouse for mice, and it tried getting away, and the guy called Jaime, and the rest is history. I don't know, what do you think? We're talking aliens and UFOs tonight. Check this out.
A video uploaded by a commercial pilot, captain of the A320 for Viva Air, captured something over the skies. Take a look at this. Right, we're going to replay the video and get a side-by-side comparison of a very close-up shot of whatever zoomed by the commercial pilot. He got a steady hand and captured something incredible. Is this something extraterrestrial flanking the pilot and the airliner itself? Brent, I want to get your thoughts here. This thing is metallic. It's moving in a way that seems that there's intelligent control behind it. Is this the smoking gun footage of the best UFO footage that we've seen from a commercial pilot? It blows the Navy's videos that they released about a year and a half, 2 years ago. This is crystal clear footage. Take a look at that, Blake. It looks like he said a ball made of metal. It almost reminds me of Luke Skywalker's lightsaber apparatus that he plays with to study the Force. What is this thing? It's way up there, high in altitude, and you can see it flanking this airplane. Whatever the commercial pilot captured, it definitely got their interest, and we're going to be supplying a link below to the original video uploaded to the TikTok website. But again, what we're looking at seems that it defies any kind of conventional aircraft that I'm aware of. This has no wings, no tail, no exhaust coming from it. Is this maybe a simple air balloon, or could this be a remote drone? I don't think so. It's too high for a practical drone for commercial use. But again, this could be more of a military grade, what we're looking at here. It's too close for comfort. I don't like these things flying that close to an airplane. Kind of leaves me concerned. What we have from statements from a U.S. Navy pilot, his name was Lieutenant Ryan Graves, and he was on record with first-hand accounts of a UFO sighting while flying training missions over the Atlantic Ocean. In the Unidentified series that we all saw on TV, he described seeing a cube with a sphere in the center. Is this what Lieutenant Ryan Graves spotted a few years ago a cube with a sphere in the center. Could this sphere be the power source, the energy source that's propelling this thing quickly across the skies? I want to get your thoughts below. What's going on with this video? I got a feeling it's something that we can't explain at the moment.
Here's one that I'm on the fence about. This pilot says that he saw this UFO in the distance, traveling at, I don't know, 500 miles an hour maybe. And he says he saw this UFO at a distance and grabbed a camera and started recording. My thing is, he would have to have the most incredible vision to see this thing. Look how tiny it is there, and it's very far away. How did he see it so far out in front of him? And why is this thing clear the entire way? I have a lot of questions about this one. I don't know if it's real, but what does the pilot have to gain out of this, you know? And this isn't his business. He makes good money. Is it for fame? Is it to trick us all? I mean, look at that. Yep, strange, but that could just be a camera anomaly from a long distance. I don't know. What do you guys think? Real or CGI?
Tell us about your encounter, Jaime, in regards to the ET that you witnessed in La Hermosa, Mexico.
You know, fortunately, I went to investigate. I almost stepped on a serpent, by the way, because it's true, it's full of serpents. I almost died there. The temperatures are really, really high. There is no water around. It's a very difficult place. Believe me, it's a very rough terrain. And that night, when we were there with them, they called me 2 o'clock in the morning. This is May 27th, 1999, 2:05 in the morning, and they said, "What is that?" Then I saw a little creature, phosphorescent, very bright eyes, going around. It was small, and then they said, "There." And a second one was coming in the middle of the rocks. I took my cameras, I tried to record. I took some photographic equipment and took photographs. Nothing came out, unfortunately for me, but I saw them. The eyes were incredibly bright. It was phosphorescent, green phosphorescent, fluorescent. It's something that I cannot prove because I saw it. We were 6 people, and all of us saw this. One of them was a guide who all the time was making jokes to us. You know, the extraterrestrials are coming, they're going to pick you, and so on, stupid things. At that time, I looked for him to ask him what it was, and he was inside his sleeping bag, covered to his face. Next morning, I asked him, "What did we see?" And he said, "I don't know, that's a revelation from God." And I said, no, it was a lion. No, it's not a lion. Okay, it was a deer. No, it's not a deer. It's a revelation from God, and I don't do anything about that. All I saw, they were like 70, 100 meters away from us. This is a big cliff, impossible to go down. They were thin, they were big head, and phosphorescent to the feet. It's all I can tell you. And the eyes were so bright. I compared the eyes like Venus, when Venus is very, very bright. Two very bright eyes there. And this happened 2 years after they had the experience. And it's very possible that they were the same kind of creatures. Everybody remembers. Carlos Clemente remembers. You can ask him, I don't know if he told you about it. And it's real. It's all I can tell you. It's an incredible case.
This is an incredible story by Jaime, talking about going out to this location where they've been seeing aliens and UFOs. And he says it's very hot, very humid, and there were serpents everywhere. And he said he saw what looked like an alien, slender build, big bright eyes, and typical alien. He said it was there. And the guy said, and Jaime was like, he didn't know what to believe. At first he was like, I saw it, and the guy's like, and Jaime's like, what was it? A lion? The guy goes, no, these are, I don't remember what he said, like angelic almost, but this is amazing. Yeah, he saw these creatures that had bright eyes, and he said they were phosphorus. Phosphorus, I guess, is that greenish glow? Like a haze around the aliens? Is that what he means? Well, he says they were about 70 to 100 meters away, which is 210 to 300 feet away. That's pretty far. You're not going to see them clearly. But here they are, covering their eyes. Jaime always said that these aren't dummies, because they'd be too expensive to make. And the fact that he saw them and is reporting on them, it's hard to say. Why would Jaime lie about this? And it doesn't seem like he is, though, but it's pretty interesting to say you've seen aliens.
The UFO news and the anomalies from around the world, and we're not going to disappoint. Let's just get to it right now. South America. A new discovery has just been made of what looks to be the Tic Tac and TR3B captured in the desert by Google Earth, and we're looking at it right now. It definitely is compelling, and we want to get your opinions. What the heck is going on here? We're going to be supplying the original coordinates below, so you can take a look at it yourself and do your own investigation, but we're going to get some close-ups of whatever these anomalous objects are. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
These are great captures by Google. As you can see, we're looking at technology that's being experimented in the deserts, far away from people to see if what we're looking at is actual technology that's showcasing itself. We got you big time. And what we're looking at is things that look like and resemble that could be assets in our own military, if not alien technology being reversed in the desert, practicing maneuvers.
Deep in South America, in the deserts, what a perfect place to experiment with the craft if maybe there's no experimentation by our own military, but that's just simply a parking spot for our extraterrestrial friends hanging out. But we're looking at the dates. We go back in time, and whatever these objects are, they're in latter photos from Google Earth that go years back.
You can see that they're stationary, casting its own shadow, almost probably about 40 to 50 feet above the desert floor. That one especially looks like your Tic Tac classic formation of what they look like in their Aurora project, the one on the left.
It's a good thing that people are out there having an eagle eye on Google Earth and Google Maps to find these anomalies. Again, the link is below. Take a look at it.
Well, here we go with Google Earth. And we've seen this before, just recently. This one just blows me away. It looks like the same one we saw in Nevada just last week. It's pretty amazing that we actually are seeing this another time. So this must mean that it even looks like the right size, right? I mean, what is this? 2 of them? That's just crazy. So we have Tic Tacs now. Could it be an airplane? We just can't tell from that distance, reflecting the sun. Well, here's the one from the ISS. Just last week, there it is. Looks very similar. Flying over the desert. And this one disappears. Goodbye. I don't know. They're testing this stuff. It's obvious. It's found on Google Earth. We've got it. We've captured it live on the ISS. The guy up in the ISS was trying to find it. He wanted to get a closer look at it, and did. So I don't want to hear that this is an ice crystal. I don't want to hear this is a cloud. I don't want to hear this is part of the lake bed. I don't want to hear this is snow. What? Well, you know, it is what it is. Unidentified. That could be a blimp. See that little thing, that little notch in the shadow? I don't know. What do you guys think? Pretty amazing stuff. Pretty amazing. Here's some more for you. Let's finish this off nice.
Everything started one night on the 15th of September, during the anniversary of the Mexican independence, when the Lady Cuevas, skeptic of the UFO subject, was coming back to her house, driving in her car alongside her sister Erica. They were witnesses of a strange light flying over the area, and that was seen as well by other witnesses that live in the vicinity. Apparently, many saw a strange object in the shape of a disc that after a few hours descended to the cornfield behind the house of the Lady Cuevas. The drawings that she drew show us what the shape of the object was, as well as the small spaceships that came out of the big object, according to the witnesses' testimony. Witnesses that could confirm the veracity of the story.
Un ser que no era como nosotros, yo considero que es extraterrestre, puesto que no está aquí, no es de aquí. Yo lo veía como enano, no sé si por la distancia, pero pues ahí están las imágenes de lo que grabé. Tenía cara, movimientos en la cara, como nosotros. No tenía pestañas, era pelón, totalmente pelón, de cabeza un poco más abultada, y tenía boca, tenía nariz. No recuerdo haberle visto orejas, lo que pasa es que en ese momento uno no se pone a ver de qué color son sus ojos ni nada de eso, ¿no? Era una impresión tremenda. Una persona está volviendo a verme, Erika, te lo juro por mi madre, qué feo está. Diosito lindo, Erika, que Dios me perdone si no. Tú vas a ver en el video. Qué feo, ya se va, Erika. Es un enano. Erika, qué horrible. Erika, qué horrible animal.
In the video, you could see a strange being that apparently was observing Lady Cuevas. In this image, we can even discern the antennas that the extraterrestrial had on its head, which it's turning and letting us see the head. In the analysis realized on a computer made by Professor Victor Quesada, we can appreciate details that at first glance aren't visible in the video. A strange instrument on the left hand of this being apparently emitted a strange energy that would affect the cabbage plant growing on the terrain, a plant that suffered important changes such as deformities on the leaves every 3 hours. Metapec is not a zone where the UFO sightings are unusual. Since 1991, it started becoming a common phenomenon. This has been able to be witnessed by many people on different occasions. However, in this specific case, not only the inhabitants of the area could see a weird presence, but also the radar operators of the International Airport of Mexico City that were trying out new equipment, recorded with their antennas, saw a series of echoes during the same dates. And during the same time, not being able to explain what was going on, one of the operators went by helicopter to the site where the coordinates on the radar revealed this weird presence. What he found has not been given any explanation. Curiously, one of the sites he flew over was where Lady Cuevas saw the extraterrestrial evidence that proves the veracity of the story. The encounter lived with Lady Cuevas in Metapec, and this is not the only one that has been known, but it is one of the few where there is so much evidence, especially where the video is proof of what she saw. It is also important to consider all possible events and to be with an open mind, accepting that it is possible that these encounters are real and they are happening all around the world. Encounters that, if we are lucky, could become a more common thing. This is an archival report from Tercer Milenio.
nothing I can tell you that would make that video more interesting. Amazing stuff. Thank you, Jaime. Thank you, Third Phase of Moon. We're not done yet because we've got a lot of things going on here at Third Phase of Moon and Third Phase UFO Report and GUFON. We're bringing things in that nobody else is bringing. We're showing you things that nobody else is showing you. And don't forget, Countdown to Disclosure is making this all possible. So let's take a look.
I think it's terrifying. I mean, this seems potentially like one of the biggest stories of my lifetime. And I don't care if it's about UFOs or whatever you call it. Something that we don't understand is getting very close to our military aircraft.
The technologies related to energy generation should come out first.
This hybrid aerospace underwater craft is able to basically generate an electromagnetic field.
It is President Trump's belief that the United States must remain as dominant in space as we are on land and sea and the air. And your charge is to see to that mission with the United States Space Force.
There were 3 people on my team assassinated, and I was almost killed.
With a lot of people that would like to know what's going on.
It's a matter of national security.
But apparently, just recovered are off-world vehicles not made on this Earth.
The president will respond to the subject the way they want them to. There's a black box with all the technologies that would give us a civilization that's sustainable, peaceful, etc., and that's been around for decades.
Everybody's asking the biggest question in the world. Are we alone?
Look, it's just stalled out there.
The narrative that's being launched, which is a false narrative, is that we're not alone and that those civilizations are a threat. The problem is that the public has to be informed and involved.
It could be a brief statement saying, hallelujah, I'm finally vindicated.
I'm not completely convinced they're gonna let this stay like it is.
But the people who are surrounding that level of our politicians and government are not told. Like the movie Independence Day, where Will say, let's go kick alien butt.
Now we're done, everybody. We're getting on the train, the Major Express, and we're taking you out of here. I'm Rich Giordano from GUFON. You can see me Monday through Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. I want to thank you all for hanging out tonight as we near the end of the road. And we get on our little ship and we get the heck out of here. On the digital highway to the unknown, I'm Rich Giordano. This is Third Phase UFO Report. We'll see you next time.